When I started college, I expected loud parties, the freedom to do whatever I wanted for the first time without my parents hovering over me, all night studying sessions, and maybe sorority games and events. But I got way more than I bargained for. I joined a sorority because my mom was in the same one and spoke so highly of her experience. I was invited to live in the sorority house during my sophomore year, and I was more than excited. I'm sure I bragged to every single person in my life who would listen. Move-in day was surreal. The other girls gathered around and made us newbies feel special. I had a corner room in our big Victorian home. The girls decorated it with our letters and cute decals and balloons. The first few weeks were a blur. There were so many sorority functions and house chores to fit in between our classes. But I eventually settled into a routine. One night I was cleaning my assigned rooms, which this week consisted of the main living room and 2 downstairs bathrooms. As I was vacuuming, I felt like I was being watched. In fact, the feeling was so strong, I whipped around to check, but no one was there. I brushed it off, thinking I was just tired and needed a few more hours of sleep that night. Fast forward to that evening. After finishing my history paper, I was finally relaxing on my bed, headphones in, face mask on, fixing the clogged pores that unlimited pizza and junk food had caused. All of a sudden, I felt that feeling again, like I was being watched. Only this time, the hair on my arms and the back of my neck stood up. Trina, I thought to myself, you've lost it. I finally fell asleep early, around midnight. I was woken up suddenly somewhere around 2 a.m. by a knock on my door. A loud knock. I got up figuring one of the girls wanted to fill me in on the night's drama, or needed to borrow my notes from psych. But when I opened the door, no one was there. In fact, there was no noise coming from anywhere, except the faint sound of someone snoring down the hall. Closing my door, I rushed back to bed, eager to get under my covers. I scrolled around on my cell phone for a while, calming myself down, and eventually fell back to sleep. A few nights later, I was tasked with going down to the basement to retrieve homecoming decorations. I hate basements, so I had a plan of attack. Get down there, secure decorations, and get back upstairs quickly. On the way back to the corner of the basement where all the decorations are held, I saw a large old mirror with beautifully naturally distressed trim and thought to myself, this should be somewhere on display. Why is it shoved down here in the dark basement? I grabbed the box of decorations, headed upstairs, and later went back for the beautiful mirror. If it was sitting down in the basement, I'm sure no one cares if I use it. After giving it a quick clean, I hauled it up the stairs to my room and set it perfectly near the window so I could use it to do my makeup in natural light each morning. Plus, it totally fit in with my antique vintage room theme, and I loved interior design. That night, as I was sitting on my bed with my psych book, taking notes for the next day's lecture, I saw something move out of the corner of my eye. Oh right, I thought. The mirror, of course. Light reflections. Later, I was drifting off to sleep, turned on my side to face the window like always, and I screamed. There in the mirror was the face of a young woman, probably in her 20s. When I say I freaked out, I mean I ran, screaming down the hallway. I've always been a scaredy cat. 3 other girls came flying out of their rooms, and one out of the bathroom wrapped in a towel, probably thinking there was an intruder. Trina, are you okay? What is it? You're pale as a ghost. Please don't say ghost, I mumbled. After the girls sat me down, got me some water, and made sure there was no imminent danger, they kept pressing me to tell them why I came screaming out of my room. I told them about the face in the mirror when one of the girls said apprehensively, Trina, what mirror? The mirror from the basement. I brought it up to use for makeup in the morning. 2 girls gasped, and I said, what? Was that someone's mirror? Sorry. It was just sitting there collecting dust, and it's so pretty. What they said next made me almost pass out. Trina, that mirror belonged to Alana, a third-year student who lived in this house last year. She left suddenly in the middle of the semester, leaving behind nothing except a note that said good luck taped to that mirror. None of us knew what the problem was until finally we got her on the phone. She said she bought the mirror from an estate sale shortly after moving into town. From the night she brought it home, she said she felt like she was being watched and had many of her things go missing and reappear. Until, she said, one night when she was applying her face cream, when a face popped up beside her. She was too embarrassed to tell anyone, so instead, she just left. The next day, I took that beautifully creepy mirror right back down to the basement and covered it with a blanket. I'll do my makeup in the bathroom lights like the rest of the girls and hope for the best. Well, thanks, Trina, for that story. I can't wait to not sleep tonight. If you'd like your story told, send it to the email in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you tomorrow, friends.